Hey, welcome back everybody. This is part 2 of the collection video. In this one, I'll be going over the Nintendo 64. That's right, one of my favorite consoles of all time. Just to recap from the first video, I maintained the packaging integrity of the set. Here we can see my controllers. I do have others, but I decided to just showcase my originals. Not sure if I should get all the colors. This is a memory donger. It's basically a card that you can save things to, which is weird because cartridges should be able to do that. Here we can see the Rumble Pack. That's right, the Rumble Pack. Yeah, who would have thought controllers didn't shake before this time? Now let's get to the game. Super Mario 64! What can you say about this game? But this is the original release. You even got your strategy guide there. Mario Kart 64! A lot of fun with this one. These are my originals, so the box isn't quite great shape because it was my first experience as a kid learning that you should not stack the N64 boxes, as the bottom one will get crushed. Turok! Pretty classic game. I think every kid who ever went to a Blockbuster has at least rented this game and found something to like about it, but it's a lot of fun, and even got the strategy guide there for it. Doom 64. What a great game. Got the little guide there too. But make sure you pick up the thing that says, hey, attention, the paper on the bottom left. This game is super duper dark because, I don't know, I guess we're just bad or something at making games. GoldenEye 007. This should be a part of everybody's collection, regardless if you like shooters or not, I think. You got the guide there. You also got that little Bond book. I don't know, it's just a little advertising insert, but it doesn't seem to be included in everybody's set for some reason. To get a first print of this, by the way, check the manual. The manual should call the club something else. Spider, that's it. If it calls it the Spider, then you know you have a first print. Duke Nukem 64. Was this back when ports were actually being done? And this was the N64 with very limited hardware. I don't know. Third parties are just, they liked porting things back then. So here's Duke Nukem 64. Diddy Kong Racing, huh? Diddy Kong Racing, everybody! Diddy Kong Racing, everybody! I'll stop that right away. Ooh, Quake. Yes, more ports, please. More ports of these classic shooting games. It's a great game. It's got some multiplayer, but you pretty much play it for just the fact that it's Quake. Banjo-Kazooie with the soundtrack displayed at the right. That I got at Best Buy as a pre-order bonus. It also came with a t-shirt. I just didn't feel like picturing the t-shirt because it's not a great t-shirt at all. Warzone! This was made by Acclaim, the people who made the awesome Super Nintendo WWF game WrestleMania. This is the last game to feature Bret the Hitman Hart, so I thought, a 1-2 punch, I'll buy it. Turok 2! With the Prima guide there, because there was of course no official guide. Nintendo Power never made it for usually anything other than the first party games, so. The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. What can you say about this game? Collector's Edition. Super Nintendo didn't have that. I don't know why it didn't, but there you go, gold cartridge, you gotta have that. Mario Party, not quite 3. That box art, man. That box art. But this is also my original, so I was not confused about what I was buying when I bought this. It was clearly Mario Party. Super Smash Brothers! I could probably spend an entire day playing this. Anyone wanna play? Come on over, we'll play sometime. Quake 2, oh my voice. Quake 2, ladies and gentlemen. Registry card, aside from that, really not a whole lot that'll trick you over collecting this, but it does have its own unique one. Ports, man, again. Pokemon Snap. I should note that yes, I did go to Blockbuster and get my things printed out, and I put them in that little sticker album up there that came in a Nintendo Power. So, now that that's out of the way, Pokemon Snap. Mario Golf. Okay, this one might take some explaining. See how bad the condition is? Well, that's because I hate this game, and I threw the box at the wall and crushed it. Alright, NFL Blitz 2000. This is a super fun multiplayer game. I'm not a football fan, but as far as a multiplayer game goes, Midway nailed it with this game. Donkey Kong 64. That's right, you got the yellow cartridge with the expansion pack and the strategy guide. It is all here, and boy am I expanding over it. Mario Party 2, the only thing for that collector should watch out for is that little warning sheet that warns you about Mario Party 1. Just like, don't play it. It will break your controller. Pretty much. Pokemon Stadium. Okay, we got the transfer pack over there. That was included in this bundle. That's why the box is humongous. That box, by the way, is indestructible. I don't know what it's made of, but it's not cardboard. It cannot be. Also, you got the Blockbuster cards lined across the bottom. They're like credit cards. You take that in, put it into the machine. You get sticker labels printed out. I did it for all 150 Pokemon because I was a scrub. Perfect Dark now. Wow. Great game. Didn't sound, I didn't mean for that to sound sarcastic. It's a great game. You should get it for sure. Should be in your collection already if it isn't. Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards. Hey, hear that music in the background? I wonder what game it's from. It's from this game. Not much to look out for collectors, but it is pricey. Mario Tenny. As far as I'm concerned, that's how he pronounces it at the beginning of the video game. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. That correction card. It's basically an additional card that says, hey, we screwed up in the manual because this is not a 4-player multiplayer game. Now this is also a collector's edition. Why? Because it's got a gold cartridge. The only other thing I can say about this is that there was never a non-collector's edition. This is the only print for this game, so it's not necessarily worth more or less because of that. The World Is Not Enough 007. This is when EA took over, but EA wasn't complete crap yet, so not a bad game. I suggest if you're looking for another shooter, pick it up. It's actually a pretty good looking game. Banjo-Tooie. This is a video game made by a company who is now defunct, or not, because they have came back in some other form. Another game made by that same developer, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Great multiplayer game again, just a great game overall. If you're planning on picking this up, you better reach deep in your wallet, because it is not a game you can just grab and go and pick up and purchase. Mario Party 3. Now, this is also where I learned about sun damaging. You can see it is slightly faded because this was the game placed on top. I don't necessarily mind that it happened to Mario Party 3 because Mario Party 3 was the protector. It was the guardian of my entire other collection. It took the sun beating from my N64 collection. The N64 Cleaning Kit. Also sealed. So, if I ever need it, here it is. Just waiting to be opened and destroyed by some kid someday. I'm not gonna have kids. That's a terrible thing. There's the N64 family. Oh great, more talk about kids. Look at everything here. This is a rather large collection, but it's probably my largest collection because the console was just so great. So many ports, so many developers were in line making games for this machine. Good times with the N64. Grew up on it. One of my favorite consoles. How do you top that? Let's try with the Gamecube, but only after we see what Bait has to share with us.
Alright, my next segment is TV shows. These are just some of the various TV shows I've collected over the years. I'll start with some of the Nintendo or video game related shows that I have on DVD, including the complete original Mario series, the Legend of Zelda series, the Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World series, the original Pokemon series, the Indigo League, with all the classic Pokemon. I haven't, gotten the ones after that, but this was, basically the whole set with the original team of Ash, Misty, and Brock. Some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. I have practically all of them, although I think Keet's borrowing one. Street Sharks, which kind of goes along with Ninja Turtles. I have some great MTV shows, the better ones. Some of the classic and hilarious ones. A show called the Aquabats Super Show 2, which was hilarious. Here are my Nicktoons. Of course, the best of the best for Nicktoons, Ren and Stimpy. And some other great ones too here. So, what are some of my favorite shows? Well, probably I really enjoy the Mario Bros. 3. For sure, that part of the Mario series might have stood out to me the most. That and the Mario World one. The Indigo Pokemon League was great because it had the classic Pokemon on it. A little look here at some of the content on here. And some of the Pokemon that you'll see on there. The hilarious Ren and Stimpy show. Also, definitely a favorite of mine. So, those were some of my favorite ones. More to come in a little bit.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Keet, and I will be going over my GameCube collection. Please tell me in the comments your N64 and GameCube collections. I'm definitely more interested than I'm sure you are in mine. Here we can see the packaged GameCube. This thing is a nightmare and a puzzle. It's like a 3D puzzle. I have no idea how it goes back together. This is the Game Boy player. It's actually worth quite a bit. Came in a blister pack, so that's why I don't have the original packaging for it. Luigi's Mansion, the launch game for the Nintendo Gamecube. They just barely met production for this, didn't they? It's a great game though, but that's probably why people say it's a little short. Crazy Taxi, another launch game. Kinda came out of nowhere. I believe I played it first on the Dreamcast, but I could be mistaken. Either way, it's a pretty fun game, you know? Super Smash Bros. Melee! I don't know how they produced this in such a short amount of time, but it is genius. Pure genius. Burnout. I was a big fan of the Burnout games. They were quite good. I'm not sure if it got sold to EA. I could be wrong. Don't listen to me anymore. I am full of nonsense. Resident Evil! Oh man, one of the best remasters of any game. It's just mind-blowing. And the GameCube, it does this game a lot of justice. The game looks great and plays even better. Super Mario Sunshine. A little bit to say about this, huh? I got the player's guide there. If you pre-ordered it at Toys R Us, for some reason, only at mine maybe, you got a beach towel. Now this thing is huge, it's actually bigger, I folded it up. But I have never seen that before, ever, anywhere. So, I don't know, am I the only one that has that? Mario Party 4. This was the make or break Mario Party for me. Sadly, wasn't a huge fan of it because the AI just cheats and it's just annoying. So, that's the last Mario Party that I have in my collection. 1 through 4. Resident Evil 0. So nice to see that after they built the engine, I'm sure the game and everything else that they needed to do to make the original Resident Evil remake, that they just made an original game. Well, that was confusing, wasn't it? The original game, and then they made an original. Resident Evil 2. Now, this did come out on the Nintendo 64, but I didn't get it there, even though it was a compression miracle. I just didn't get it there because there was no first one, there was no third one. I just wondered, why would you pick the second and nothing else? So, GameCube came out with all of them. Here we can even see Resident Evil 3, which shares the same guide, by the way. Both of these are actually pretty rare. 2 and 3, but anyway, they went ahead and ported them to the GameCube. I'm all for that. This is, I'll just call it Master Quest, because that's basically the only thing here that's important, since you already saw in my N64 collection, Ocarina of Time is present. Now, the Master Quest is a different kind of beast, but it came for free when I pre-ordered Wind Waker, so why not? Speaking of The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. No special edition, it's just gold for no reason. I don't know why there's no special edition. It's like Super Nintendo all over again. Come on, guys. Also, the music. Can we talk about the music? Can we not talk about the music and listen to it? Burnout 2 Point of Impact. As I mentioned, the Burnout games were a ton of fun. Anyone that has played them, I'm sure, understands why. But if not, I suggest you pick it up. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I mentioned make or break games. This seemed to be a theme with the GameCube, by the way. I don't know if it was better or worse, but it just didn't satisfy me. Baby. Mario Kart Double Dash. What was that all about? Oh yeah, there's the guide, by the way. The double disc is because I believe I got it at Target and it was their free thing, so I figured, yeah, I'll pick it up. Maybe it'll be more rare someday. Pokemon channel. Look, this is how old games should come, by the way. First of all, the game is very charming. That's how games should come. Look at all the paperwork and free stuff and cards and neatness to it. Resident Evil, Code Veronica X, another great port job. Happy to have it in my collection. One of my favorite Resident Evils, actually. The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures Boxed Edition. It's boxed because it just contains a link cable. There's really nothing extra there. But I also got the guide, which isn't actually that terribly expensive of a guide. Army Men RTS, the last RTS game for a Nintendo console. I wish they would just come out with more RTS games, but the whole genre is dead. It saddens me, really. Resident Evil 4, perhaps the best game on the GameCube. This is the GameStop Special Edition, which came with a tin, some cell art, a little guide. How could you not appreciate that? That is such a nice piece. Well done by Capcom or whoever they got to produce that. There's the Nintendo GameCube family. Glad you guys could watch this. I'm happy to share it with you. Let me know your stuff. Very happy to see that. Part 3 for the collection video now. You know what's coming up. I'll see you there. Thank you guys for watching.